In this video, we will discuss early computers, which existed before operating systems. Charles Babbage designed the difference engine number 1, which was effectively a calculator. Ada Lovelace developed familiarity with the machine in 1833. It has been suggested that perhaps she was in the right position to have suggested the use of punch cards in order to change out the instructions for his newly designed machine, the analytical engine. Punch cards had been originally designed by Joseph Marie Jacquard in 1804 for use with the Jacquard loom for changing out the pattern of a weave. Regardless of who suggested it, Charles Babbage integrated punch cards into his design for the analytical engine, creating a design for the first mechanical computer. While his difference engine number 2 was built by the London Science Museum in London in 1991, the analytical engine ran into funding issues in 1942, and so was not constructed. In 1942, Ada, Countess of Lovelace, translated a paper by Luigi Federico Menabrea from Italian to English. Her notes on the subject, which were 3 times longer than the original paper, were published and included the first algorithm, which computed the Bernoulli number series. And yes, Ada was the daughter of Lord Byron, the poet. She was encouraged into mathematics partially because of that drama. In 1928, we saw some of the first machines that were similar to that analytical engine. It was not a full computer, but it was first introduced by IBM to help with tabulating the US Census. So punch cards were first introduced for that set of tabulating machines in 1928. While these machines bore some similarity to the analytical engine, they were not yet computers. They were closer to calculators. But in 1933, Germany also had a census that they wanted to perform. And IBM had a branch in Germany, the Deutsche Hollerith Maschinengesellschaft. Before this point, previous estimates of the Jewish population in Germany were around 400,000 to 600,000. The new census data, which was tabulated using IBM's punch card tabulating machines, estimated roughly 2 million Jews in the German population of 65 million. The author's statistics suggests that punch card generation and tabulation were critical to Nazis' goals. I highly recommend checking out the book if you're interested in knowing more. And in the 1940s, we saw the birth of the modern computer. So we're going to start with the Aniak, which was built between 1942 and 1945. It contained over 18,000 vacuum tubes, and it did not require an operating system. So what happened here was that the United States Army needed help calculating complex ballistic tables. John Mauchly had an idea for an electronic computer, and ENIAC, the electronic numeric integrator and computer, was the result. The first electronic computer with no mechanical parts. It still used punch cards to describe the task being performed, and as such, it did not require an operating system. Also in World War II, we saw some of the bright stars of the computing world come into their own. During World War II, many people came together to break codes such as Enigma. And because so many men were gone to serve in the war, women were recruited in the US to help crack codes. Early in the war, renowned actress Hedy Lamarr heard there was an issue with Navy torpedoes getting jammed. With her friend, George Antheil, who's a composer, she developed and patented a frequency hopping algorithm that eventually was used by the Navy and was integrated into Wi-Fi and Bluetooth technology. On another note, if you've seen The Imitation Game, you know that Alan Turing was a codebreaker during World War II and was persecuted for being gay. What you might not know is that Alan Turing also designed one of the first stored program computers in 1948, which was a significant upgrade from special purpose code-breaking machines and tabulating machines. The automatic computing engine was able to perform subroutines and used an early form of programming language called abbreviated computer instructions. Compared to the Aniak, the ACE had about 1,000 vacuum tubes. Next time, we'll discuss the 1950s and 60s when operating systems arose.